Memory types. Memory devices in embedded system are used to store the information, like our brains for storing the code or data. Here, the information that may be code or data will be stored temporarily or permanently. Temporarily, in the sense, whenever the power is turned off, the data will be erased. Means temporarily. This type of memory we call primary memory. This primary memory is, there are different types of devices in the primary category. One is SRAM, static random access memory. In static random access memory, the information is stored in the form of voltage. Since it is stored in the form of voltage, doesn't require the refreshing. Here, a memory cell is created by using, here memory in SRAM, memory cell is created by using 6 MOSFETs. It is very fast, that means it requires 10 nanoseconds for accessing the data. It is more expensive since it requires 6 MOSFETs to implement this one. So examples for this SRAM are internal cache. Next, DRAM means dynamic random access memory. In DRAM, the information is stored in the form of charge. So since it is stores the data in the form of charge, it requires refreshing. So next, it requires one MOSFET and capacitor to create the memory cell or to store the data. It is a high capacity. It is less cost since it requires only one MOSFET and capacitor. It requires 60 nanoseconds for write access, so it is somewhat slow when comparing with SRAM. Next, ferroelectric random access memory. It is very fast than comparing with SRAM and DRAM. Next, secondary memory. Secondary memory means that information is stored permanently. Permanently in the sense, even the power is off, the data is stored. Examples are hard disks and so on. So there are different types of secondary memory devices. First one is MROM, that is masked read-only memory. Here, a memory cell is created by using high standard transistor or high threshold transistor. By default, it stores logic 0. Whenever the input voltage is more than the conducting voltage or threshold voltage, at that time it stores logic 1. Like that, the masked RAM is storing the bit information. Here, by using masking and metallization process, the information is stored in the device according to the data information given by the end user. The advantage is, so during manufacturing itself, the information is stored. The advantage of the masked RAM is it is very low cost for high volume productions. The disadvantage of the masked RAM is whenever if you want to update the information, it is not possible because during manufacturing itself it is fabricated, it is not possible to modify the code whenever required. So to avoid this disadvantage, they are designing the programmable read-only memory or one-time programmable read-only memory. So here it contains the polysilicon wires in the matrix manner. Whenever the horizontal wire and the vertical wire connect, that forms a junction that called fuses. These fuses by default store logic 1. Whenever the fuses are burned, it will store logic 0. Like that, this PROM will store the information. The advantage is end user will program the information based on the requirement. Whatever the data end user wants, like our CDs. In our CDs, we can write our desired data. Instead of storing in manufacturing itself. Instead of that one, we can store our requirement. Whatever the data we want to store, we can store in the CDs, our CDs example. But disadvantage is modification. If you want to modify the code whenever if it is required, means during development stages, we can update the code repeatedly. In that case, it is not used because modification is not available here. To provide the modification, they are designing the ultraviolet erasable programmable read-only memory. Means here it contains the quartz crystal window. Whenever we want to erase the data, we can remove that quartz crystal window from the chip, and it is exposed to ultraviolet rays up to 20 minutes. Then the data or information will be erased. So it is one of the advantages. Advantage is erasing the data and we can rewrite the data whatever the times. So during development stage, it is very useful because during development stage the code is updated repeatedly until we are getting the desired outputs. We can update the code. So at that time we need to modify the code. So if you want to modify the code in the CDs, we can use this erasable programmable read-only memory. The disadvantage of this UV EPROM is it is difficult to somewhat difficult to remove the chip from the memory devices and expose it to 20 UV rays up to 20 minutes and again insert. So removing and exposing and again placing means it is somewhat complexity process if you want to erase the data. To avoid that one, they are designing the erasable, electrically erasable, programmable read-only memory. So example, rewritable CDs. So we can erase the data easily and write the data whatever you want. But here the data will be erased using electrically. At a time it erases the data 1 byte only. At a time it will erase the data byte or word. So limited data, so it takes much time to erase the 1 KB or 1 MB like that. So again we are updating the memory devices, that is flash memory. Here the data will be arranged in the form of sectors or pages. So at a time we can erase the one sector or one page information. So it is very fast, like our memory cards, pen drives, hard disks. All this comes under flash memory devices. Nowadays it is very most popular, flash memory. Next, non-volatile random access memory. So with battery backup, it will store the data. Even power is turned off, by using battery, we can store it in the non-volatile random access memory. So memory used for storing the information based on the life, that is store the data information temporarily or permanently. That is two types. First one is primary memory, next one is secondary memory. In the primary memory, the data will be erased whenever the power is off. In secondary memory, the data will be stored permanently. So based on the fabrication, programming and erasing techniques, there are different types of secondary memory devices. So primary devices are static random access memory, dynamic random access memory, ferroelectric random access memory. Nowadays we are using FRAM in most of the microcontrollers. Secondary memory devices are masked RAM, PRAM, UV EPRAM, E2 PRAM, flash memory and